Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our series on the journey to financial freedom. I'm really excited to share today's content because honestly, this is the episode I've been most looking forward to. The concepts we're covering today are the very ones that made a huge impact on my own financial journey. In previous episodes, we discussed the initial steps, starting from being in debt to reaching a stage where we can financially support ourselves. Today, though, we're diving deeper into what I call the track and act phase. Out of the 12 steps in the financial freedom journey, there's one particular step I believe is the most important. In fact, I'm convinced that if you only practice this single step without doing any others, it will still profoundly influence your financial mindset and actions going forward. And the good news is it's not hard to do. All it really takes is a bit of patience. In this episode, I'll guide you on how to track your spending, create a balanced budget, and implement an effective debt clearing strategy. Plus, we'll talk about setting up essential funds like an emergency fund and an investment account, both of which can help you steadily move toward financial freedom. Stick with me because I believe that what you learn today will serve as a solid foundation for transforming your financial life step by step. In the journey to financial freedom, one of the most crucial steps is tracking expenses. This may seem simple, but it has a powerful impact on how we manage money over the long term. Think of it as the foundation that helps you understand exactly where your money is going, allowing you to make smarter spending decisions. Why track expenses? Because if you don't know where your money is going, it's hard to control or adjust your budget effectively. Tracking expenses not only helps you identify unnecessary spending, but also builds a habit of saving and spending wisely. Most importantly, this step sets a foundation for the other critical steps in your financial freedom journey. How to track your expenses. It's straightforward. Use a note-taking app on your phone or a small notebook to record every expense throughout the day. Whenever you make a payment, jot down 3 essential pieces of information: name of the item or service you paid for, date of the expense, total amount spent. Don't skip any expenses no matter how small. Some items may seem too insignificant to record, but at this stage, our goal is to gather as much complete data as possible so we can see the big picture of all spending, small or large. Categorizing your expenses. Once you've recorded your expenses, organize them into 3 main categories. Must-have, essential expenses. These are costs necessary for daily life and can't be cut, such as rent, utilities, groceries, gas, and other essentials. Waste, wasteful spending. These are non-essential costs that you could reduce if needed. Examples include money spent on parties, impulse shopping, or items you don't truly need. Nice to have, non-essential but beneficial spending. These fall somewhere in between, not essential but not wasteful. Examples include paying for a course, a gym membership, or buying books. Categorizing expenses this way gives you a clear view of your spending. For costs that don't clearly fit into a specific category, the nice-to-have group serves as a flexible option, keeping everything organized and easy to manage. Inputting data daily. At the end of each day, or ideally every couple of days, go back to your notes and enter all expenses into a spreadsheet like Excel or Google Sheets. If convenient, you can also enter directly into the spreadsheet as you make payments. However, using notes to quickly record each transaction helps save time, especially when you're on the go. Tracking expenses requires patience and consistency. Try to keep it up for at least 1 month and ideally for several months. The goal is to give you a comprehensive overview of all your spending. Through this practice, you'll gain a clear picture of how your money is being used, allowing you to make adjustments and optimize your personal budget more effectively. Creating a balance sheet is essential for effective financial management. This tool will give you a clear view of your cash flow, helping you understand if your income and expenses are balanced, in surplus, or in deficit. With this knowledge, you can adjust your budget to meet financial goals. What is a balance sheet? In simple terms, a balance sheet is a document where you record all sources of after-tax income and monthly expenses. It provides a comprehensive overview of your monthly finances, allowing you to make informed decisions to keep your finances healthy. How to create a balance sheet. Record all sources of after-tax income. Start by listing all sources of after-tax income. For many, this will be your primary job's salary. However, if you have additional income from side jobs or other sources, make sure to include these as well. List monthly expenses. Using the data you gathered from tracking expenses, compile all your monthly spending into the balance sheet. Organize these expenses into categories like must-have, essential expenses, nice-to-have, non-essential but beneficial expenses, and wasteful spending to track and manage them more more easily. This classification helps you identify areas where you can optimize or cut back if necessary. Calculate the difference between income and expenses. Once you've recorded all income and expenses, calculate the difference to determine your financial standing. If income exceeds expenses, you have a surplus. This is a great sign, allowing you to allocate the excess toward savings or investments. If income and expenses are balanced, you're spending everything you earn, so it may be time to start saving to build a financial cushion. In cases where expenses exceed income, consider making adjustments to avoid falling into debt. Benefits of the balance sheet. With a balance sheet, you gain a clear picture of your current financial situation, enabling you to make necessary changes to improve it. Keeping this balance sheet updated monthly not only helps you control spending, but also supports long-term financial planning in a sustainable way. Taking the time to complete this step each month is highly recommended, as it will be a key tool in bringing you closer to your goal of financial freedom. After creating a balance sheet, the next step is clearing debt, especially high-interest debt. Paying off debt is one of the most crucial steps toward financial freedom, as debt not only puts a strain on your finances, but can also create stress that holds you back from reaching bigger goals. To effectively tackle debt, it's essential to shift to a minimalist lifestyle, focusing only on necessary expenses and cutting back on non-essential spending. Prioritizing debt repayment. Start by listing all your debts and organizing them from highest to lowest interest rates. High-interest debts, such as credit card balances, should be paid off first, as these are the ones that can grow quickly if not addressed. Lower interest debts, like loans from friends or family, can be placed lower on your priority list. Living minimally to focus on debt repayment. To maximize your debt repayment efforts, adjust your spending habits to a minimum living approach. This means focusing solely on must-have expenses, those necessary for daily living, such as rent, basic groceries, and transportation. Any nice-to-have or waste expenses should be minimized or eliminated until your debt is paid off. Smart debt repayment strategies. In addition to reducing expenses, consider ways to increase your income to accelerate your debt repayment. If possible, take on side jobs or freelance work and direct all additional income toward paying down debt. This strategy can help you pay off debt faster and reduce the interest costs associated with long-term debt. Setting specific debt repayment goals. Establish a clear timeline for paying off your debt. For example, if your total debt is $5,000 and you can dedicate $500 each month to paying it off, commit to becoming debt-free in 10 months. Having a specific goal can make it easier to stay disciplined and motivated as you watch your debt decrease month by month. Benefits of clearing debt. Being debt-free relieves you from monthly financial pressure, saves the money that would have gone toward interest payments, and allows you to focus on other financial goals like saving and investing. Although the process of paying off debt requires patience and discipline, the relief and freedom that come from being debt-free provide a solid foundation for continuing your financial journey. By embracing minimalism and dedicating yourself to clearing debt, you move one step closer to financial freedom, opening up opportunities for stability and independence in the future. After clearing your debt, the next step is to set up personal financial funds, creating a solid foundation for future financial freedom. By allocating your income to specific funds, you can manage and utilize your money wisely, meeting present needs while preparing for unexpected situations. The core funds include an emergency fund, a sinking fund, and an investment account. Emergency fund. This fund is for unexpected, unplanned expenses such as job loss, medical bills, or other significant emergencies. The goal of this fund is to create a financial safety net so you don't have to rely on debt in times of crisis. Goal for the emergency fund. Ideally, the emergency fund should cover 6 to 12 months of essential expenses. For example, if you need $1,000 per month to cover basic living costs, aim for an emergency fund of $6,000 for 6 months, or ideally, $12,000 for a full year. How to build the emergency fund. Continue living on minimal expenses and allocate any surplus income toward this fund each month. This requires patience, but having a well-funded emergency account will provide peace of mind for unforeseen situations. Sinking fund. This fund is designated for planned long-term expenses like home repairs, major purchases, or future large expenses. Purpose of the sinking fund. Unlike the emergency fund, the sinking fund is meant for anticipated expenses, allowing you to avoid tapping into your emergency fund or going into debt when large expenses arise. How to build the sinking fund. If you already have specific financial goals, estimate the costs, and start setting aside money in this fund. For instance, if you plan to buy a new computer costing $1,000 and need $2,000 for home repairs, aim for a sinking fund of $3,000. If you don't have specific goals in mind, accumulate around 3 to 6 months of basic expenses to ensure there's always a backup fund available. Investment account. This fund is used to accumulate capital for long-term investments. Unlike the emergency or sinking funds, the investment account has no cap. You can contribute as much as possible to this fund. Goal for the investment account. The investment account is meant to generate returns over the long term through investment tools like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. This fund grows your wealth over time and serves as the backbone of true financial freedom. How to build the investment account. Once your emergency and sinking funds are fully funded, direct any remaining income to the investment account. Maintaining minimal spending and continually adding to the investment account is a powerful way to grow wealth. Waterfall income allocation strategy. By using this approach, you allocate your income to financial funds in order of priority. First, complete your emergency fund. Once that's fully funded, move on to the sinking fund. When both of these are complete, direct all remaining income to your investment account. This allocation method helps you build a solid financial base from the ground up, ensuring stability before entering the investment phase. Benefits of setting up personal financial funds. With these funds, you'll have multiple layers of financial protection covering basic living expenses, long-term anticipated expenses, and providing a foundation for investing. This structure not only ensures day-to-day financial security, but also prepares you for emergencies and gives you the means to invest for the long term. While building these funds takes time, having them fully funded will boost your confidence in managing finances and achieving larger goals. Remember, setting up financial funds is not an overnight process, but with persistence, you can establish a sustainable financial foundation that supports you on the path to financial freedom. Managing personal finances offers benefits that go far beyond the numbers in your bank account. First, it gives you control over your financial situation, helping you avoid the spend now, pay later cycle that often leads to debt. By tracking expenses, creating a balanced budget, and setting up financial funds, you build a solid foundation that allows you to confidently handle unexpected situations, from sudden medical bills to job changes. Personal financial management also gives you the freedom of choice. When you have an adequate emergency fund and your debts are under control, you gain flexibility, such as taking time off to find a better job or investing in opportunities you hadn't considered before. This kind of freedom isn't something everyone has. It's a unique advantage that good financial management provides. Finally, effective financial management brings peace of mind. Without the constant burden of financial stress, you can enjoy life more and make clearer decisions, improving the overall quality of life for you and your family. In short, personal financial management not only helps you achieve financial freedom, but also creates stability and balance in your daily life. Thank you all for watching until the end of this episode. If you found the information helpful and it provided valuable insights into personal financial management, please don't forget to like this video. Your support helps it reach more people who could benefit from these tips. Feel free to share this video with friends and family so we can all raise our financial awareness and skills together. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any episodes in this series on the journey to financial freedom. Each episode brings you practical knowledge and skills, from managing expenses and setting up financial funds to smart investment strategies. Let's take steps together toward achieving financial freedom and building a more secure, fulfilling life. Thanks again, and see you in the next episode.